This is a very interesting article from Zero Hedge. I had no idea. Overstock, the company. Overstock holds 3 months of food, $10 million in gold for employees in preparation for the next collapse. The Overstock CEO? Overstock CEO Patrick Byrne's crusade against naked short sellers in particular, and Wall Street and the Federal Reserve in general, has long been known and thoroughly documented, most recently with his push to use blockchain technology like Bitcoin to revolutionize the multi-trillion-dollar repo market. But little did we know that Overstock's chairman, Jonathan Johnson, is a vocal opponent of the fiat system and Wall Street's tendency to create bubble after bubble, if not more than Byrne himself. That and his company actually puts its money where its gold-backed money, I think its mouth, where its gold-backed money is, and in preparation for the next upcoming crash has taken unprecedented steps to prepare for what comes next. 1 week ago, Johnson, who is also candidate for Utah governor, spoke at the United Precious Metals Association, or UPMA, which we first profiled a month ago, and which takes advantage of Utah's special status allowing it to use the gold as legal tender, offering gold and silver-backed accounts. I remember doing a video on that when Utah made that move. As a reminder, the UPMA takes Federal Reserve notes, or paper dollars, which it then translates into golden dollars or silver, either way. The golden dollars are based off the $50 1-ounce gold coins produced by the Treasury of the United States. They are legal tender under the law and are protected as such. What did Johnson tell UPMA? Here are some choice quotes. "We are not big fans of Wall Street, and we don't trust them. We foresaw the financial crisis. We fought against the financial crisis that happened in 2008. We don't trust the banks still, and we foresee that with QE3 and QE4 and QEN that at some point there's going to be another significant crisis. So what do we do as a business so that we could be prepared when that happens? One thing that we do that is fairly unique, we have about $10 million in gold, mostly in small button-sized coins. So those would be probably the 1/10 ounce coins he's referring to, that we keep outside of the banking system. We expect when there is a financial crisis, there will be a banking holiday. I don't know if it will be 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months. We have $10 million in gold and silver in denominations small enough that we can use for payroll. We want to be able to keep our employees paid, safe, and our site up and running during a financial crisis. We also happen to have 3 months of food supply for every employee that we can live on." The contents of the rest of his speech are largely familiar to advocates of sound money. Fiat paper has no value. Solid gold, as both a currency and an asset, has tremendous value and is difficult to transport, and since a systemic collapse would certainly involve gold confiscation, portability would be an issue. Gold-backed money may be the best option, and so on. We are confident the echo chamber of worthless econo-hacks and macro tourists, the same ones who were absolutely certain the great financial crisis will never happen, will be quick to mock Prepper Johnson and Wall Street pariah Overstock. And they have every right to do so. We only hope that after the next crash, with central banks all in, and when calls for another global bailout hit a fever pitch, that all those pundits who made fun of Johnson, or the Johnsons of the world, will keep their damn mouths shut. And I have to say, I would agree, because I would be one of those people who've been crying for the same thing. And it's the life we live. Trying to wake people up, fighting the powerful elitists. They own the media, right? There's only like 6 real mainstream media outlets. The rest of them are owned by the same group. And that same group is the club I keep talking about. So, I never thought I'd hear about a company as large as Overstock doing something like that. That is straight out of like the prepper handbook. I mean, the only thing he didn't mention is that, you know, and I don't know if he does this or not, or advocates this, is just, you know, having his employee, hey, make sure you guys have some guns, ammo, in case stuff gets really bad, to protect your families at home. You know, aside from saying that, this guy's got it going on. $10 million in precious metals. 3 months food supply for each employee. How many employees does Overstock have? That I don't know. But, you know, without looking, I could look that up. However, I don't know that I need to, because if he's got $10 million, Dr. Evo, $10 million for his employees to continue payroll and whatnot, that tells me there's probably 1 or 2 employees that he's got to deal with. Which means the amount of 3-month food supply he had to get is probably sizable as far as cost. But that is just incredible to see. Someone who wants to who is an advocate for sound money, right? Old Ron Paul, sound money. The call for sound money. I remember Ron Paul was the head of that back in his days in Congress. You know, it's too bad he didn't come out this time and you know, say he wanted to run. However, it might not be a bad idea that he didn't, simply because he'd have to go against Trump. And as the old saying goes, oh, we can't lose votes and to this guy or that guy. You know, we can only have one GOP candidate, and we don't want one taking votes from the other one, because then Hillary will certainly get all that nonsense. So it's good to read something like that, to say, man, that guy knows what's going on. So much so that he decided to put that kind of money into gold for his employees for future payroll only during a potential crisis. Whole point being, potential crisis happens and it's needed. Same thing with the food, you know, food storage. That's just great, you know. It's good to see that. Again, this is a big company. Big companies don't do stuff like that. Big companies are more interested in the bottom line. What is my profit? How much money can I take home quarterly? Dividends and shareholder meetings, and our shares need to go up. Our stock values need to go up for our shareholders. And you employees want gold for a rainy day. You guys want food storage, and you want. Hold on, who's paying for it? You guys? You want us to pay for it? Are you kidding? You're fired. That's how that would usually go with these big companies. Not for Overstock. Overstock.com. I'll be honest, never in a million years would I ever have thought that I could come out here and read something like that about, again, a fairly sizable company, a well-known, larger company. I had no idea, honestly, that the Overstock CEO was an advocate for sound money and openly spoke out against the current financial system, doesn't trust Wall Street or the banks, he says. and now he's running for governor of Utah. The powers that be, let me just tell you a little secret in case you didn't already know this, which I'm sure you did. You don't want guys like Mr. Johnson, CEO of Overstock, to become the governor of a state. That's like the the president of a state. Because if anything goes wrong, because let me tell you what he would do as soon as he became governor. He would have probably preparations being made, whether silently so that no one hears about it, or not, where people do hear about it, in that he's going to say, or he would say again if he was governor, we need to prepare the state of Utah for the potential crash of the American dollar due to the policies of the Federal Reserve and the rotten banking system and corrupt Wall Street. They're going to take the country down. We can see it coming. And I, as governor, want to make sure we have a system in place. And he may go with, because he likes the Bitcoin technology, he may go right out with Bitcoins, or maybe even start his own, potentially, I don't know, and tell you, by the way, mine's backed by gold. Because see, if he went with Bitcoin purely, Bitcoin's not backed by gold. Essentially, Bitcoin is a fiat, unbacked currency. Digital, online, of course, but still fiat nonetheless. There's nothing backing Bitcoin. That could change easily if nations and people adopted Bitcoin and said, we want this to be money, and then the governments got behind it and said, okay, we're going to back the amount of Bitcoin we have as a country to use by gold and silver, precious metals. Then all of a sudden it's instantly backed. You don't have to have the founder of Bitcoin doing this. In other words, backing his own currency that the founder of Bitcoin created. Where's he going to get that kind of gold from, right? It would never happen. But it wouldn't necessarily be his responsibility. It would be the nation's responsibility to back their Bitcoin by gold, just the same as we used to have our dollar backed by Federal Reserve notes. Same thing. So I'm just shocked about this. I went to bed last night. I did that video about my new channel thought, which I already started the channel just to have, just to get it going, about the political game show, the sideshow circus of politics, but make it into an entertaining game show. And I already knew about it. Like I said, I'd do Thursday. I wanted to do this. I already told the wife. She thought it was a good idea. But we need a big room, for like a production room that I'm going to get serious with, not this little laundry room. So I go to bed last night. We watch one show before we go to bed. Naked and Afraid, a little survival show. Why is it even necessary that people are naked? I'm not sure. Of course, you don't see anything besides people eaten alive by bugs in their butts every now and then, but whatever. I guess if that works, go with it. But it's an interesting show nonetheless. So it's entertaining. So we watch that. I go to bed, and I'm up for I don't even know how long. Rolling over because I can't stop thinking and going over in my head about some of the questions that I would be asking contestants on the game show. Call me an idiot if you want. I couldn't stop. And I had so many I could have stayed up all night long asking myself these stupid but entertaining, and not even stupid, just real questions in an entertaining way as a talk show host, and then what some of the potential answers might be, and how I could still make somebody wrong even though they got the answer right. Things like that, to show you, the taxpayer always loses. The game show where you can't ever win. And I couldn't stop. And I've got so much material that I didn't even realize I could think up so much stuff. But after all these years of the research and these videos that I do, I've got a ton of questions and things that I can ask on this little game show. I'm psyched up about that. But we shall see when I move here shortly. That house is going to have an extra bedroom, one way or the other, for old J-Snip 4 to do his production game show. Like I said, I already got the corny music, some sound effects to go with it. I think you're gonna laugh at the intro game show music that I've selected to use, and it's actually royalty free, so it's essentially free sound effects in game show. It's specifically game show music. I found it. I was like, oh crap, they actually have some of the stuff out here on the internet, and oh, these are actually free ones. And I listened to all the free ones, and I found 2 or 3 that I liked. So I'll ultimately use those. And I think I might have 2 different game shows. One of them the kind of real one, the other one is kind of the joke where you never win, you're always wrong, and even when you think you're right, you're still wrong. So I'll have 2 introductory or introduction sounds and 2 different game show names essentially when they go up. But I think it'll be pretty exciting and pretty entertaining, and again, to be able to entertain people while simultaneously informing them on things based off of the questions and answers they hear is priceless. You can get the message out. Lots of people are going to want to be entertained, therefore you're going to probably have a huge subscriber base in doing so. It may take time to build, but again, people want to be entertained. Bottom line. All the crap that happens in our lives and the stuff we're always focused on, people don't want to hear it, don't care about it, politics, religion, leave me alone. Yeah, but they're doing that, I don't care, leave me alone. Yeah, but we need you to be awake so that you don't tell us you're going to vote for Hillary Clinton. It's time to get a female Clinton in the White House. Do you not know the background of the Clinton family? Are you kidding me? Whoa, right? So we got to inform people, and I got a whole slew of good game show questions I could spend on multiple shows about the Clintons. Some quotes, who said the following quote? Oh, correct. Hillary Clinton. Who said the following quote? Such and such. And if they say, Bill Clinton. Sorry, we were looking for William Clinton. Next question, on my show where they'd get it wrong. And the next time they would say William Clinton, I'd say, we were looking for Bill Clinton or something else, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. But I get to at least give real quotes that them Clintons have said. And you might be shocked by some of the stuff they said. But I can do it in a funny way to where people who think, this is a stupid game show, they didn't really say that, their mind's going to say, well, go see real quick. Hillary Clinton quote, did she say, oh my God, she did say that. Ooh. Well, what else did he say in that stupid game show? Oh, he said they said this. I'm going to go search that. Oh my God, they said that it's true. They actually said that. Here's the video clip. Wow, I didn't know that. And I can sit back and say, see, I got to you behind the scenes without you knowing it. I got to you through your love of entertainment and educated you at the same time. What better thing could you feel good about? I mean, this is fantastic. Take care.